If you're starting a business or you're already running one, you've probably come across this term EIN. But what exactly is an EIN? Do you actually need one? And what happens if you don't have one? Guys, before we dive in, this is not financial advice. Please seek a professional accountant or lawyer to help you with your specific business needs. Also, stick around to the end of the video because we're going to show you how to get an EIN with an LLC formation company if you don't want to go and file for one on the state website by yourself. They'll do everything for you, and we'll show you that later on in the video, so stick around because you don't want to miss it. All right, let's get right into it. What is an EIN? An EIN, or Employer Identification Number, is a unique 9-digit number issued by the IRS to identify your business for tax purposes. Think about it as a social security number for your business. Just like you have a personal social security number for filing taxes, businesses need an EIN to report income, open a bank account, and handle payroll if they have employees. Now, you might also hear an EIN number called one of the following: Federal Employer Identification Number, or FEIN, Federal Tax Identification Number, Business Tax ID. These all just mean the same thing. But here's where people get confused. They hear employer in the name and they think, I don't have employees, so I don't need one. That's not true. You may still need an EIN if you're a solo entrepreneur, freelancer, or single member LLC. Now let's break down exactly who needs an EIN. LLCs, corporations, and partnerships. If you're forming a legal business entity that's separate from yourself, the IRS requires that that entity have an EIN number. So this applies to multi-member LLCs, corporations, S Corps and C Corps, partnerships, sole proprietorships, and single member LLCs. But if you're a sole proprietor, you're not required to have an EIN number unless you meet one of the following. You hire employees, you want to open a business bank account because most banks are going to require that you have an EIN number. You work with clients that request a W-9 form, which we'll talk about a little bit more here in a second. And you apply for business credit cards or loans. These are the reasons why, as a sole proprietor, you would need an EIN number. Let's talk a little bit about freelancers and independent contractors. If you're working as a freelancer, whether you're a writer, consultant, or designer, your clients may require you to fill out a W-9 form so that they can issue you a 1099 at tax time. That W-9 form asks for your social security number or your EIN number. Instead of handing your social security number to multiple clients, an EIN number is going to help protect your identity. Now let's talk about e-commerce and online businesses. If you sell products on platforms like Shopify, Etsy, Amazon, or eBay, you might be asked for a tax ID, especially if you exceed a certain amount in sales. Having an EIN number keeps your business separate from your personal identity. Now let's talk about anybody who's hiring employees. If you plan on hiring employees, even just one, the IRS requires that you have an EIN number to report your payroll taxes. Let's talk about businesses that want business credit. Now, if you're a business that wants business credit, if you plan to separate your personal and business finances and apply for business credit cards, business loans, or even vendor accounts, an EIN number is usually required. All right, now let's talk about nonprofits, trusts, and estates. If you're setting up a nonprofit organization, a trust, or an estate that needs to file tax returns, the IRS also requires an EIN for these situations. All right, let's talk about how to get an EIN number. So the good news is that you can do it completely for free. Now, there are companies that are going to charge you to help you do this to make the process a lot more streamlined. But if you want to go to the IRS website and do it yourself, you can totally do it for free. So the fastest way to do this is go to irs.gov, and you can apply there in just a few minutes. The EIN application is going to ask you for basic information like your business name, address, and entity type. If you apply online, the great thing is that you'll receive your EIN number instantly. But if you apply by mail or by fax, it could take a couple weeks. Now, if you don't want to apply for this yourself and you want to have a company do this for you, that's where Northwest Registered Agent comes in. So if you don't have your LLC yet and you're looking to start your LLC, we'll walk you through the entire LLC formation process and show you how to get your EIN number along with that. Let's go ahead and walk through that process here now together. And then after that, we'll have some more important information about EIN numbers. So go ahead and click on that link down below in the description and let's join along here together to walk through the LLC formation process. Once you've clicked on that link down below in the description, it should bring you to a page that looks very similar to this. You'll see for $39, you can start your LLC today. So let's go ahead and click Get Started. First, we have to select the type of business. We'll keep that as LLC, and then we can go ahead and select our state. I'm in California, so we'll have California here, but just go ahead and select the respective state that you're in. Now, the processing fees are going to vary from state to state, and just know that Northwest does not get any of this money. So in California, it's a standard 6-day processing fee of $90, and this goes directly to the state of California. We'll also leave this beneficial ownership information form on. This is a new federal requirement that started in January of 2024, and this is part of the Corporate Transparency Act of 2020 that requires you to disclose some important information about your beneficial owners of your LLC. We'll go ahead and leave that on because it's only $25 to have them file it for us. Let's go ahead and click continue here, and we'll go ahead and name our business now. If you want to send a copy of the lawsuits and legal notices to your attorney, you can go ahead and do this here. Let's go ahead and input now the purpose of our business. Now, what's really great about Northwest Registered Agent is they offer a free year of their registered agent service. Now, normally this costs anywhere between $99 to $300 or $400 per year. So it's great that they include it for free, but be sure that you use our registered agent address for both the physical and mailing address for your LLC. Once you're done with that, go ahead and click continue. Now you have to decide on the management structure of your LLC. So most of the people watching this video are going to be a member managed LLC. That just means that you are managing your LLC. If you're a manager managed LLC, that means that you're hiring somebody to help manage your LLC for you. This is very common. If you live outside of the country, you're hiring somebody within that state that you formed your LLC to manage your LLC. But for most of you, like I said, it's just going to be you. Let's go ahead and put our name in here. And then we can also add other members if we'd like. We just want to make sure that it says our registered agent address as the address to record with the state. Once we're finished with that, let's go ahead and click continue. Now let's go ahead and enter some of our personal contact details, and then we'll go ahead and click continue. Next, we have to put an email address in here and create a password. So let's go ahead and do that now. And then we can go ahead and generate password here. Let's go ahead and click continue. Everything looks good. Now they're going to offer this 90-day free trial for some of the services that they provide. They have a secure website hosted by them, but owned by you. They have up to 10 business email addresses, a business phone number and service. And this is all included in a free 90-day trial. You can go ahead and choose this or build and bundle your own, but let's go ahead and leave this off for now because we don't really need it. Okay, now is the important part about filing your EIN number. So to do this, you need to click tax ID. This is the EIN number, as you can see, if you click on the question mark. And if you have a social security number in the United States, this is only going to cost you $50. If you don't, it's going to cost you $200, but this is how you file that EIN number along with the LLC formation that you're going to do today. You don't have to go on the IRS website to do it. You just go through this same formation process, and it's very seamless, as you can see. Now, if you want to elect your LLC to be taxed as an S Corp, there are some advantages here for some businesses. We have some videos on the channel that will be sure to have linked down below in the description about S Corps because we won't go into too much detail about them here today. So just know that you can do that here. They also have a premium mail service, a trademark service, and a trade name service, which is a DBA. A DBA is basically when you operate in another state and you want to go under a different name because maybe that name resonates better with the people in that state, then a DBA is going to be great for that. Let's go ahead and continue here. We should be all good. And let's go ahead and put in our name and credit card. Once we've done that, let's go ahead and review our order summary before checking out here. You'll see that the basic package is $39. That's what we said. And it comes with that free year of the registered agent service. The filing service fee is waived as well. And that 90-day filing fee for my state of California goes directly to the state. Compliance filing is included as well as the free initial report. And we paid $50 to get our EIN number here and the $25 to get our beneficial ownership report filed on our behalf. For a total of $204, we have our entire LLC set up today, and we'll get some more information back once this is processed. So once you're ready, go ahead and click done and you'll be all set to go. Now that you know how to file your LLC and how to get your EIN number, let's talk about some common mistakes when applying for your EIN number. You can apply too early for an EIN number. If you're not 100% sure about your name or business structure, you might want to wait until this is finalized. Changing it later means getting a new EIN number. The next mistake is using a personal social security number when you shouldn't. If you're a sole proprietor, you can use your social security number for tax purposes, but it's better to use an EIN number to protect your identity, especially if you're filing a bunch of different W-9 forms for your clients. The next mistake is not keeping track of your EIN number. Unlike your social security number, you're not using your EIN number as much, so it is easier to forget. You might want to keep a copy of your EIN confirmation letter handy on your phone or in your office somewhere. Here's another thing that's important to understand that a lot of people don't realize. If you change your business structure, you may need a new EIN number. One example is if you start as a sole proprietorship and you get an EIN number for that sole proprietorship, but then later on you switch to an LLC or some other type of business entity, you're going to need a separate EIN number for that new entity. Another example is if you convert a single member LLC into a multi-member LLC or a corporation, you'll need a new EIN number. And lastly, if you merge your business with another one or you buy an existing business, the IRS requires you to get a new EIN number. The IRS treats each business structure as a separate entity, even if you're the same person running it. So now what happens if you skip getting an EIN number? The first thing is that you may struggle to open a business bank account. Most banks are not going to let you open a business bank account without an EIN number, even as a sole proprietorship. The second thing is you'll have to use your social security number for taxes, and this just increases the risk of identity theft. Next, like we talked about earlier, you might have some trouble working with specific clients or vendors. Some businesses just won't work with you if you don't have an EIN number. Next, you might miss out on business credit opportunities. Without an EIN number, you cannot establish a business credit profile. And lastly, you can run into some issues with the IRS. If they expect you to have an EIN number and you don't have one, this could be bad down the line. At the end of the day, getting an EIN number is one of the simplest things you can do to make your business more professional and to protect your personal identity. Even if you're a sole proprietor or a freelancer, having an EIN number can often make your life easier. Guys, that's all we have for you today on everything that you need to know about EINs. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this in the future, please leave us a like, subscribe, comment down below, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this. We'll leave all the resources that we talked about in today's video down below in the description. And for Northwest, just know if you do use our special link down below in the description, we do get a small referral fee at no additional cost to you. This really helps us keep creating free videos and content like this for you. So thank you so much in advance for helping us out there. Lastly, guys, this channel is dedicated to helping new and existing business owners with everything they need to know about LLCs. We review the best platforms and tools to help you set up, manage, and optimize your LLC. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We wish you the best, and we'll see you back again in the next video.